Hey y'all, Yelizaveta here with Yoga for Tango Dancers. Welcome. If this is your first time to my channel, I'm happy you are here and I invite you to subscribe. I post videos every week, so you might want to stay up to date with that. And if you like this video, go ahead and click that like button. I really appreciate it. Today, I wanted to show you some things that you can do to rinse out your spine. And what do I mean by that? Sometimes we end up holding the spine in one position for a long time. That can happen from dancing tango late into the night. That can happen from sitting at a desk for multiple hours at a time. Or it might just be going for a walk, like it happens for me sometimes walking for a long time. I start feeling some tension in the spine. So I'm going to show you some things that I really love doing to kind of get rid of some of that extra tension and feel a bit better along the length of the spine. So what we're going to do is begin with the feet hips width apart with the knees soft. And the first thing you're going to do is just allow your head to go to the left. And as it goes to the left, let the left arm become very heavy. And you're going to bend the knees a little bit more. And then once you get to a certain length that feels good, go ahead and get that little bit bobbing in your knees, a little bit bouncing for 3, 2, and 1. Push into the legs to come back up. Come back to center. So make sure when you're coming up, you're not using the muscles on the side to pull you up, rather than you're pushing with the leg to bring the spine up. From here, we're going to go to the other side. So go ahead and begin to release your head to the right, gently letting it go with the gravity. Right arm gets really heavy. Bend the knees, and then you get to a point where it feels comfortable. And then just kind of bob a little bit up and down in your knees. Breathe. Good. And then push into the legs to come back up. Already feel the difference just from that little movement. Now, from here, let's reach the right arm up and stretch it over to your left. Bend the knees and let your hips shift over to the side, like you're really counterweighing this action here. So I'm pushing more into the leg that's going away from the body here. Good. And then push into the legs to come back up. Reverse. Left arm goes up. And then as you go over, you let your hips go over to your left side. Left leg really bears a lot of the weight. You could even lift your right leg off the ground if you wanted to. Good. And then we come back up. Good. Now from here, let's go ahead and roll forward. So chin towards the chest. And I want you to imagine you're a roly-poly. So you're going to round your spine and you're going to wrap it in like you're wrapping string onto a spool. And keep going, keep going. Keep the knees soft. Go as far as it feels good. So you might go all the way to the floor, you might not. The knees can bend more. Good. And then begin slowly to journey back. You're looking for articulating one vertebra at a time. So first the pelvis, then middle back, then thoracic spine, and then your neck and head follows. And last time going forward, go ahead and bring the head down, roll down, vertebra by vertebra, looking for that release in every part of the spine. You might even feel this sensation of stretching in your forehead and crown of the head, because the connective tissue is really going up from the back of the legs all the way up to your eyebrows. Good. And then begin to go back up, slowly unraveling bit by bit. The head will be last to come up. Good. Last thing. So already feel we've gone side to side, we've gone forward and up. And then the last thing we're going to do is a dynamic twist action, which is really one of my favorite things to do. either to warm up in the morning or to, once again, rinse the spine out when I'm holding it for a long time. For this, I would like for you to take a slightly wider stance. Knees are a little bit bent, and I'm thinking about kind of a sumo wrestler position. You want to be very grounded in your legs. Then you're going to begin to rotate your chest side to side, and you let the arms kind of just be very free. I'm not controlling the movement of the arms. Now the trick here is to find the relationship between your hips and your torso. There's an opposition that happens at the moment of full twist. So right here, at this moment, my hips are going to oppose the direction of the twist, which will create a recoiling to come back. So it's definitely kind of a sensation of a rubber band that's been stretched to its full potential, and then you let it go and it snaps back in. If I don't have that, just notice the difference. If I don't use my hips, then I'm going to turn further. You see, then it's going into my legs, which is fine. That's another way of doing it, but it's not doing what I wanted to in terms of really getting my spine to rotate inside. So we're going to keep the hips fixed. Go ahead and create that rotation first. So once you feel that recoiling that's happening from the hips going in the opposite direction, you'll notice your hands just kind of slap you, right? And you can make it a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger until your hands are slapping you on your back. And that's, whew, does that feel good? I'll show you from the side. So as I'm going around, I'm just letting my arms wrap around me, my hands slap me on my back, and then I recoil to the other side. So you can do this for 30 seconds or so. We'll just do it for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come back. Let's do one thing to close here. Keep your legs nice and wide, and bring your hands behind you. Interlace the fingers and chase the ground with your hands. So you reach back, open the chest here, look up, bend the knees, come forward, have your arms go behind you for a little extra stretch for the shoulders. Just a little bonus here. And then begin to bend the knees, coming up and release. How does that feel? So I invite you to try out the sequence, even if you do maybe 2 of the things, or maybe you just pick one. Try it out anytime you feel like your spine, your neck is getting a little stiff and you just feel like achy. Try some of these poses out and let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to pop in some comments below this video, and I will see you next week. Ciao.